1674 ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੀ ਲਿਸਨਰਸ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਦੋਸਤੋ। ਵਿਕਟੋਰੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਜਲਦ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਨੇ। ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਔਰ ਇਸ ਟਰਮ ਦੇ ਦਰਮਿਆਨ ਵਿਕਟੋਰੀਅਨਸ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕੀਤਾ, ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਦੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਦੇਖੇ ਨੇ ਵਿਕਟੋਰੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਔਰ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਕੁਝ ਖਾਸ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਵਿਕਟੋਰੀਅਨ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਵਿਕਟੋਰੀਅਨ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਵਿਕਟੋਰੀਆ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਡੈਨੀਅਲ ਐਂਡਰੂ ਨੇ। ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਸ਼ੋ ਡੈਨੀਅਲ।
Very good to be with you.
Thank you so much. The first question, we understand the contribution of the Victorian Indian community during the bushfires, but they deliver a lot during the COVID as well. What do you want to say?
Oh, look, I want to make the point. I was just out with Sikh Volunteers Australia just a couple of weeks ago, making a $750,000 donation or a grant to them to expand their work. But across the Indian community, in all of its diversity, whenever times are tough, the Indian Victorian community stands up. We have the biggest Indian community in our country here and the best. Whenever things are difficult, the Indian community stands up and does such a great job. And it's festivals and events, celebrating culture, sharing culture, hard work, that focus on family, that focus on being generous and being kind, always giving back, always looking after people who are less fortunate. These are all Indian community values, and they make the state stronger and fairer. And it's hard to imagine a modern Victoria without Australia's biggest Indian community. So it's really important to say thank you, and particularly these last couple of years it's been difficult, but I know that the Indian community have stuck together, looked out for each other, so many acts of kindness, so many generous acts, and we're deeply, deeply grateful.
In terms of the multicultural media role, a bit disappointed when the mainstream media they pointed out the multiculturalism of Victorian when it's come out to the COVID awareness campaigns, but multicultural media play a huge role in educating and providing the awareness during the COVID restriction, which government announced every week. You had a continuous 100 days press conference. So what you want to say about the contribution of the multicultural media?
Our multiculturalism is our greatest gift. It's such an important thing, and without media, whether it's Haanji radio, whether it's so many other broadcasters, journalists, people who get the message out, we wouldn't be the great multicultural capital that we are. We wouldn't be able to take advantage of that rich diversity. It's a unique thing. It's a special thing, and the role that multicultural media plays is huge. And so I thank you to getting that message out. Not always in difficult times, but positive messages too. Today, this 75th Indian National Day, Independence Day, is such a significant event for the community, and multicultural media like you guys are here telling that story, sharing that story, making sure the community is engaged, making sure the community knows where to go for help and assistance. That's really, really important. We need more voices, not less. And I've got nothing but praise for multicultural media these last couple of years. You've done an amazing job. Community leaders too. Indian community leaders, and that's a very diverse group of people across many different faith groups, different backgrounds, different interests, but there's such a sense of unity, urging the community to go and get their vaccines, urging the community to look out for each other, urging the community to stick tight and to get through this. It's such a powerful thing.
Yeah, thank you. In terms of the COVID, the whole period, the whole pandemic period which we all experience in Victoria, there's a lot of things happen within that period, within the party, within the parliament, within the communities. What is the biggest challenge you face?
Oh, look, when you have to lead at difficult times, that's challenging, but I'm much more focused on, not on myself, much more focused on the people that I serve, and that's every single Victorian. And it's not about being popular, it's about doing what's right. And that sense of unity, that sense of purpose, the fact that we stuck together and looked out for each other, makes you very proud. Very, very proud. And this is a 1 in 100 year event. There's no rule book. There's no kind of how-to guide. But we have been a united state and have achieved so much. This is one of the most highly vaccinated communities, one of the safest communities anywhere in the world. And you think about our nurses, you think about people in small business doing it very tough. You think about our teachers and parents, everybody across the entire community, so focused on being faithful to science, not getting trapped into these conspiracy theories and some of this other nonsense, but being very committed to each other, to stay safe, to get through this. The biggest challenge, there's a lot of uncertainty with something like this, but you've got to have a plan, you've got to stick to the plan, and when times are tough, true leadership is about doing what's right, not what's popular, and that sometimes comes at a cost, but ultimately, that's what our community needed. and we've come through so well. There's still pain, there's still healing to be done, there's still repair to be done. But we're in a strong position. We've got economic growth that's better than any other state. I've got a 3.2% unemployment rate. We are bustling. The place is busy. You can see, there's that real sense of excitement. And as we push out of this winter and into what's going to be a fantastic summer, major events, tourism, borders are open. We are so well placed, and there's a sense of optimism, and it comes from the certainty that when times are tough, Victorians stick together and have that shared purpose. It's a very, very impressive thing.
In terms of the last elections, the Labour Party, they committed $35 million to Indian community, different arrangement, different culture society, religious societies. Elections are coming. What are, from expectation point, yes, we are expecting the same support. What are you prepared?
We'll make some announcements in the weeks and months ahead. We'll have a very positive and optimistic agenda for the Indian community and for every single community. But if you think about it, over these last few years, we've upgraded temples, we've upgraded community facilities, we've funded festivals and events. The Indian Film Festival, sometimes called the Bollywood Film, for the Indian Film Festival, amazing, just amazing. And it goes from strength to strength despite the great challenges of the last couple of years. So we've done a lot, and we're proud to have done that. And we've invited the Indian community into that process to help write that policy, to deliver those outcomes. There's a lot more to do though, and we'll have some very exciting announcements in due course. And maybe Haanji Radio will be able to carry those for us.
Now we will. In terms of the families, they struggle a lot. We heard a lot about the financial hardship. The new announcements for the free kinder for the 3 years and 4 years old is definitely going to help the new families or the family those who struggled during the COVID. But state is in the debt. What you can say is opposition parties, they are actually challenging or questioning every kind of this announcement. What do you want to say?
Look, ultimately, oppositions oppose. That's kind of their job. But if you want to be the government, you've got to have a positive, optimistic plan, and you have to work hard, and you have to be united, and you have to be focused not on yourselves, but focused on the community that you serve. And we have, whether it's free kinder from 1 January next year, or doubling the hours for 4-year-old kinder, much better. Free kinder is much better than paying for childcare. Because it's about play-based learning, it's about education, it's about brain development, great for the economy, great for families. That's $2,500 per child per year that families save. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And whether it's that or the Power Saver bonus, where families go online, type in your number, you get $250. Use the website to compare and make sure that you're getting the best power deal, the best energy deal. 7 out of 10 families who use that site save on average $330 each and every year, because the market is designed almost. The market assumes, and some of these greedy energy companies, they assume that you're too busy to shop around to get the best deal. So whether it's those practical steps to support cost of living, to decrease cost of living, our strong support for renewable energy, so we have more supply, that puts downward pressure on prices, all the way through to things like kinder and free TAFE. We have to make the point. The Indian community is passionate about education, about training, about excellence, and I'm very proud of that. I think that no community does more to work in so many different industries, so many different professions, and it's always about hard work, it's always about skills, attainment, it's about knowledge, research. That excellence culture is so important. And whether it's in engineering or in the law or in medicine, health, in every single sector, the Indian community plays such a big part. And those things don't happen easily. Making some of those things free, it's just the right thing to do. It helps families right across the board. Some people will oppose everything. That's a matter for them. We've got a positive agenda, and we're working hard to deliver it.
In terms of the whole Australia is struggling in terms of the employment or employees. We heard the announcement from in terms of the migration for Victoria. Is it going to continue to fill those gaps?
We need to get our international students back. Obviously, that's a real challenge, and I think that international students of Indian origin are going to be they're already a big part of our story, but they're going to need to be an even bigger part. So we're working hard to recruit, to get people to come here and learn. In terms of migration, We've got skill shortages in every single industry. Every leader I talk to, every industry figure I talk to, they talk to me about can't find enough people. We need a big, compassionate, open, kind migration policy. I know the family reunion...
Sorry to interrupt you, but do you think the Victorian quota is enough to fill those gaps?
Oh, I think we need to do more. I think we need to have more people who want to come here with skills and with an ability to add to those skills and a real willingness to add to those skills. Family migration, being able to be unified, so important, so important. So I'm for a big, bold migration policy, because if you look at it, we've got the biggest Indian community in our country, and you can't imagine a modern Victoria without the contribution that the Indian community has made. If people want to come here from India to be with family, to work hard, to be contributors, absolutely. Why would we say no to that? We want more and more people to come here, to settle, to build a life, to be part of the community. That's very simple for me. I say yes to that because I think that'll make Victoria fairer and stronger. And it's what our economy needs, and it's what our state will thrive the bigger and bigger the Indian community gets.
Yep. Last question which I have is multicultural media. We missed you during the last term because, of course, there's a COVID restrictions and everything. We heard the announcement. I was part of that announcement. You will do the regular briefing. You think you could have done more?
Oh, well, I think we've got our message out very strongly. I think we've engaged with as many media partners as we can, and we've supported a number of media partners who, because of the pandemic, they would have folded. They simply wouldn't have been there. Now, I know that this is a very popular radio station. I know you've got an office over in the West. I know you're opening a new office out in Pakenham, I think. I'll give you my commitment. I look forward to talking to you many times. I look forward to talking to you many times, not just between now and November, but hopefully with the support of the Victorian community, and we don't take anything for granted. You know, we're going to be working very hard with a positive and optimistic plan and campaigning hard. But if we're fortunate enough to be given that great gift of another term, I look forward to being on Radio Haanji a lot.
Thank you so much.
Very good. Thank you.
ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸੰਜੀ ਵਿਕਟੋਰੀਆ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਡੈਨੀਅਲ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਸ਼ੱਕ ਭਾਰਤੀ ਭਾਈਚਾਰੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸਿਫਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਿ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨਸ ਵੀ ਸਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਣੇ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਸਨ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਾਰਟੇਜ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪੀਜ਼ਾ ਸਟੋਰ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਰਿਟੇਲ ਸਟੋਰ ਤੱਕ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਅਕਤੀ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੰਪਲੋਇਰ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਸਟਰਗਲ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਰੀਸੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵਿਕਟੋਰੀਅਨ ਮਾਈਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਪਾਲਿਸੀ ਅਨਾਊਂਸ ਹੋਈ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਾਫੀ ਹੱਦ ਤੱਕ ਵਿਕਟੋਰੀਅਨ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਨੂੰ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਹੈਲਪ ਮਿਲੇਗੀ ਆਸ ਉਮੀਦ ਇਹ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਇਹ ਰਾਬਤਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਬਣਿਆ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਨਵੀਆਂ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਫਿਰ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੋਵਾਂਗੇ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ